Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reasonable Contractor podcast. I am your host, Ryan Templin, and my guest today you can find at Savage Lifetime with me at 5 a.m. We've talked about that on this podcast previously about how nice, quiet, and productive that hour is between 5 and 6. Starting the day out right, my friend Ulysses Urzua, out of Burnsville, Minnesota, with Amigos Quality Environmental. We've been talking a lot about business, and he seems pretty well educated on the topic, so I wanted to make sure to get him out here and help us get educated. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Eulyyses Urzua, out of Burnsville, Amigos Quality Environmental. Talk to me, man. How'd you get started? What's the story? Thanks for coming on.
Well, I done multiple businesses and I started working in asbestos removal when I was 19 years old. My wife was pregnant at the time, and I'm a second chance guy, so I didn't have too much options, and I started looking for a good job, something that paid me good. I was working for temps, and a friend of mine told me to join asbestos removal, and a brother of mine from California was like, "You should jump into asbestos. They pay pretty good, and they don't care about your background." So, and that's how I started as a worker, trying to learn the field, and then but I always wanted to be my own boss, just own a business. Long story short, I did some really bad stuff back then, so I used to love hustling and stuff. So
History. I can second that.
I knew how to talk to people, and that was my thing. Like I just love talking to people and selling stuff, So
I can second that as well.
why not do it? Why not do it legit? So
Birds of a feather.
Man, I come from a hard working family, So I did some barber before, and then I did some I also had a food truck for a while. And every time I just kept coming back to asbestos because it's the one thing that I knew how to do pretty well, and it pays good. So I was like, you know what? Why not go all in for a business? And that's how I kind of got into the business part. But I did promise my wife this was the last business that I was going to try, because I felt like every time I felt like I wasn't going to get in anywhere, a lot of stress, a lot of. And
I have had to tell people this is the last business. That's just me. The hustler, bro. The hustler, for real.
Yeah. But it's not the last one. I'm starting another one.
Hey!
So, yeah. Now I feel more comfortable, and thank God he's been helping me a lot, and I changed my life a lot. So I've been doing a lot of progress on him. Yeah.
God's been helping me a lot lately, man. A lot of praying.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Like I changed a lot of stuff. A lot of people that used to know me and knows me now, it's like I'm totally a different person. So now when I started the business, it was I knew how to do the job and everything, but it's just learning the whole business is a whole different deal, man. We all want to get rich and be free, but then you learn that you just become a slave of your own business.
Freedom,
and, man,
means working more than everybody else. No bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, entrepreneur, start your own business. All I'm looking for is freedom. I'm going to work way more hours than everybody else.
You're looking for freedom, and that's the least stuff that you find, man.
You're not doing it right.
You want to take a vacation and you're maxing a week or two, and you're pushing it for 2, I know, man. It's been crazy.
Speaking the rhythm. Can I ask some asbestos questions, dude? Because I actually,
go ahead.
We were going to do this the other day, and I put it up on Snapchat, and I was surprised. I don't really get responses like that, but I mentioned asbestos, and a couple people came out and asked. Questions I have and questions other people have. So first of all, they assume that as an individual, it's bad for your health. Oh, you're working on asbestos. It's dangerous. What do you have to say about that idea?
Asbestos is really dangerous, man. It's something like it's almost like COVID. Like nobody thinks that it's dangerous, but um, it's really hard. Like it's really easy to mess up. It changes, because it different materials are made different. So in the asbestos field, we're always talking about friable, non-friable, and people don't understand what's friable.
I've
Friable
never
is
even heard
something
that term.
it's really easy, something that's really easy to get crumble, and it gets airborne pretty easy. Non-friable is like tile, plaster, all those little bit harder to crumble, and but water is your best friend out there basically because asbestos it could get airborne pretty easy, and the fibers you can't see them. Usually we see a whole bunch of dust and we think that, oh, this is dangerous. Well, that's just the dirt that's up in the air, but the actual asbestos, you can't see it. And a lot of the times it could be up in the air and you don't even see it. So you can only see it with a microscope. So when people tells you, man, when I've been on sites where they already started doing a big mess, and it's pretty common to see this, and then they look at me weird because they're like, "Hey, I need you to go see what's in there," and I'm like, "Hold on, I gotta get my suit and my mask," and I'm scared of that shit. So I seen people getting sick from it, um, and I'm not just saying it just to scare people, but everybody values their
You're just
own
being
life,
honest about what you know.
you know, exactly. So it's something that it's not gonna get you like on the spot, but it's a slow process, and like if you smoke and you're around asbestos all day working around that, it's gonna give you're gonna have a better chance of getting asbestos and asbestosis. I met two people that had asbestosis in the past. One of them worked at the one of the mines that was built here in Minnesota, I guess, and he used to work at that company, and they used to wear suits, masks, and everything. At the end of the day, they would take off their suits and masks at the locker room, and they had to walk through the whole company to go out to their cars. So that's how he caught asbestosis.
That's
So
crazy.
a lot of stuff. Let's say accidentally you didn't know that a floor tile had asbestos, and you started popping it. Like there's a very minimum chance that you caught it. Like it's
Small probability, is that the term you're looking for?
yeah, it's
I'm genuinely curious because I'm like, as somebody as I don't want to call myself a germaphobe, but I very much think about my health when I consider these type of things. That's why it was one of the first questions I asked.
so
Like,
in my field, like contractor is a lot of liability behind it. So a lot of the times we can't, when a client asks us, we can't really say, oh, it's cool if you just do this and that, because we can
well
get in
said,
trouble big time for that.
well said.
So but a lot of the times, like I always tell people, if you see like that packing on those pipes, like on water heater wraps or boilers,
Old North
all the
Minneapolis
stuff.
stuff.
Yep, all the stuff on the furnaces. That's the kind of stuff you want to really, really be careful with, and that's one of the most commons that people, they see it so small that they're like, "Oh, I could just take this with my hand." That's one of the worst asbestos you can deal with. So
That's good advice,
be
man. We'll
really
make sure to
careful.
let
I
people
tell
know.
people, you see that stuff, if you see it falling apart or something, call somebody to hook it up, and like, and I tell people, if you don't have money to remove this asbestos, always there's always different ways to do things. Like we could just patch it up, do a minimum to keep you safe. Um, but it's always better if you remove it. Like you get rid of it, you don't have to deal when, like in the future, if you want to sell your house or um because nowadays I don't know what they tell people, but people are so scared of asbestos. You can't sell a house a lot of the times if they have asbestos. And this is where my business kick in all the time. Like I'm I'm always, every time I'm dealing with somebody that's been in a situation where they got into asbestos. So I'm always schooling people basically. the process, because
which is great.
it's
Good for
it,
you.
it feels like my job is to have people calm, so I learn I know how to talk, so I learn how to talk to people, calm them down, and I explain the situation. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna keep you safe, and I'm gonna be here most of the time.
That's amazingly
I,
comforting.
I tell a lot of people, if you wanna, I don't like talking shit about companies or anything, but I always tell people, like, if especially if it's a residential and if this is your house, hire somebody locally, or somebody like a smaller company, because if you try to get one of those commercial companies and stuff like that, they really don't work that much in residential. A small company, it's easier for a small company to work on commercial, because commercial is more like relaxed than on a residential house,
Would agree.
unless you're doing school. But we have more experience than a commercial person, because a commercial person could probably be doing ductwork their whole life, and they have never touched a
This is
vermiculite
a
job. They
rare
have never
occasion for
knocked.
them to be here on this residential job.
Yeah. So I always tell people, look for a small company, and you're probably gonna get a better result from that. Just
Good to
you're
know,
gonna
man.
have more attention. Stuff's gonna be taken care of better than other companies, I want to say.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
just because they have like 100 workers, man, and it's harder to keep track of big
And
amount of
and
people.
and their experience will come through in that situation where they can't talk about it like you have. We got to move on to a brighter topic. That was heavy. It was
Yep.
helpful. It was super educating, but let's move on, bro. Like, cause that's tough. And if people have asbestos issues, they should call you for sure. And we'll have all your stuff moving
Yep.
forward. Let's talk about what's going good for Amigos Quality Environmental from a business standpoint. Forget the asbestos side. Like, are you guys busy? Like, I had somebody
We're
ask
really
me when
busy. We're
yeah, dude.
thank God
Somebody
we've
asked
been
me when I
really
put this
busy.
asbestos thing out. They were like, "Is asbestos still a thing?" I'm like, I feel like it is. Like, I feel like
Not
there's
a
a
whole
lot of
lot of people
asbestos
want to
out there.
deal with asbestos, so it kind of leaves us to a side, and there's always every day I get a call and everybody wants their asbestos gone now. It should have been gone yesterday.
Because they
And I'm
just
like,
found out about it and they're
shit.
panicked. Bro, it's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I always got to keep people calm. And I'm like, all right, look, you can call 100 companies. 100 companies are going to be all busy. So you have time. You're going to have to start putting stuff apart. You're going to have to pause everything, basically. And it's just the situation you're in. You're going to have to. Like, a lot of times, if somebody's in a situation where it's an emergency, I can set them up so they can be safe for the certain time until I can start the job. But
Peace of mind, dude. Peace of mind.
yeah,
For
peace of mind
sure,
more than
dude.
anything. And man, when I started the business, it was really hard to start, because nobody trusts you. You don't have the experience. They don't see that behind the company, and nobody wants to give you the opportunity to start. So it's really hard to start. And when I started, it was really, really slow. It was a slow process getting out there. Now that I've been doing it for 10 years as a business, thank God I created a lot of bridges already. So I stay really busy with I got heating companies, uh, different contractors, remodelers, you name it. They call me all the time. So I'm always busy, and I'm always getting phone calls too from random people that I don't know. But every day there's a lot of work. So
So
I
that's the
learned.
first thing going good about business is you're busy. Is shit smooth? Do you have enough guys? Like, what else? What other kind of business things are going well? How about that? You got a couple good crews, one good crew.
I had when I started, um I had 4 crews at one point, but there was always something, a mess going on, and it was hard for me. It was a lot. It was really stressful going from one job to another, and I was trying to knock one out, and then I would get a call from an emergency job, trying to split myself to that. and we were working long hours, man. I used to tell people, "Hey, we got another job. You guys want to do it? Okay, let's go do it." We were working from there was days that we were working from like 6 in the morning till like 3 in the morning
AM
the
the
next
next
day.
day.
Yeah.
Damn.
And man, I had some crazy dudes, man. They were down and I was down. I was like, whatever,
Go getters.
and
Go getters,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah, but and I was younger too. Now I think
Hey, there's the
now I got stories
excuse me.
to tell, but I don't know
Hey,
if
the
I'm
puppies. When you got that puppy energy in the tails wagging.
now it's like shit. I don't know if I want to.
7:30. I don't know. 8 o'clock.
A
Oh,
lot
that's
of companies like me because of that, because we were knocking jobs like left to right, man. We were taking
absolutely.
stuff overnights, and
They get done at 5. They're
man,
like, yeah, those guys will be here in a couple hours. It'll be done when we get here in the morning.
yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
lot of beer kicking in.
Hey, absolutely. We got to get this done. We're stuck
Yep.
here. Need to make sure we got the right things to
No,
make sure it works
not on the
good
job site, but it was, we were having fun too.
absolutely, I know.
So,
Absolutely.
hell
buddy.
yeah.
And I think anybody listening to this probably knows. They get
we
it
needed
too, man.
we needed to rest peacefully, so
Absolutely.
couple of beers before.
Yep.
2-3 hours of sleep,
We're
and
gonna
let's
make
go
sure
back
that
and do
this
it
work's
again.
getting done before and after. Yep. 100%.
Hell yeah. So, but now everybody's been treating us good, man. Everything, they've been showing us love, and we have a couple people maybe that weren't happy about certain things, but
That's
never
normal.
because we did something bad. It's just that in asbestos field, a lot of times people want to save like sheetrock. They want to save sheetrock from popcorn, and those are the first mistakes that I made. Like I wanted to scrape popcorn that was already painted like 5 times, and it's almost impossible. And you
Yeah,
gotta
no.
make
And
it
you're
look
doing your
super
best
bad.
to be a good person and accommodate the customer, but you're accommodating the customer at the cost of the business and the project, right? Like
Yeah,
at a certain point, you got to charge people for what's going on. Like this stuff's not free. My time's not free. This is a business. This is a
yeah.
business. You want this.
I
You
was in
say you want
situations where
this,
I'm like,
but you don't want the price to change, right?
right, yeah.
But the price
And it's
changes if you
hard.
want that.
It's hard making those adjustments a lot of the times. But I
Having those
learned,
conversations, right?
a lot of the times you learn from mistakes and stuff like that. And now, even before I jump into a job, I explain people like, this can go wrong, this can happen. I'm not responsible for this, for that. I always tell people, disconnect any electrical, water, plumbing, because it's not my field. And man, I had some hard days. Just a pipe would
You
break,
learned some of that stuff the
and
hard way, I bet.
you gotta remember, I'm dealing with old houses, man. So everything's rusted, everything old, and you bump into, a small bump, and you got a big leak.
Bro, as somebody, so I have a construction electrician degree, and one of the first houses I worked on was knob and cable. And you talk to a number of electrician guys that don't even know what that is, right? And I know you know what knob and cable is because of the age of house you work on, right? The little ceramic in between
Yep.
every piece of wood has that ceramic knob, and like what a black cable is, and like the way they routed it, the way they ran 2 wires. Everybody's so used to Romex and like electricals tucked on the stud. Knob and cable changes everything. I can only imagine what it's like to have to do demo work on a regular basis with knob and cable. They let that shit run wherever, bro. They put knob and cable. They would and they ran it so close to the finishing structure, right? Like,
Yep.
I assume that's what you're talking about with older houses and electrical, at least the electrical piece.
Yeah, just anything.
It's hard to explain that to people, knob and cable, like how that old Minneapolis shit is wired, dude.
Man, yeah, I don't even know how a lot of these houses were done, man. Like, since I get to tear a lot of these old houses and stuff like that, I always ask myself, I'm like, this is why they invented the permit. I used to be one of the persons like,
we should be supervised.
Yep. Man, you see some weird stuff. I seen some houses like it looked like they made it out of scrap, like the whole house, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
I had an old
oh,
electrical
the two
teacher
by
that said
four
he
was
saw.
only this tall, so we put another 2x4 right here to make it enough. And dude, I seen crazy shit like that.
Oh, excuse me.
So yeah,
Oh,
it's
anybody listening, don't mind me. I've just got the January flu. No, just kidding. Like the cold that's running around right now. Don't mind the hacking. Oh, that's fun.
there's a lot
So
of
how about
stuff in the asbestos
challenges?
field. Lot of challenges, man. It's
Yeah, tell us about the tough stuff, dude. What's
oh
hard for you?
man.
I mean, outside of everything you've just listed, the regulation, the difficulty of the dealing with an old house. Like, dude, I bet you could go
I
on
was
for
gonna
hours.
say that just dealing with regulations, man, it's already a headache from the get go, you know. It's but one of the toughest stuff that I done, man, and it's just working in a tunnel with a few guys, you know, working in tunnels, trying to clean some pipes. You can't do
What
nothing.
kind of tunnels? When you say tunnels, what are you referring to?
It's weird, but it's we were working at a movie theater building, and they had some water heater pipes or like the furnace pipes, and they had asbestos, and they needed to repair most of the pipes or whatever. They had some leaks, and they hire us to remove all the asbestos, but it's literally just a tunnel. We can just crawl in there. We have to crawl in there, take our equipment in, drag stuff in, and it's like 4 guys inside the tunnel. If somebody
What's the
panics,
diameter of the tunnel? Are we talking like 6
we're
feet,
talking like
8 feet?
about like a 4x4 square through tunnel. It's hard to even move, and
Yo.
anxiety kicks in and everything, and then it's like,
Yeah, air,
man,
heat.
it's hard.
And now we got
Yeah,
to tell
so
each other, like, oh, buddy, I can only imagine. That sounds
we go in there
tough.
with walkie talkies and everything, and
Yeah, because
I've been in
you can't
situations.
turn around.
One thing I learned, I remember the first couple jobs, I would kind of panic, and I learned to kind of lay back and just pray, man. Just kind of relax and start praying, and you
That's
know.
really good, dude.
And I always
I don't know if
told
you
my
could give
guys, I
better
said,
advice than what you just said, Luke. Like,
so
because what else are you
I
going to
always
do?
gave that
What else
advice
are you
to the
going to do?
guys. I said, man,
What are
you
your other
start
options?
panicking and you want to get out. It's like you start panicking everyone out, you know, and it's hard. I seen people I seen some people really hit the fan and went crazy with it, you know. I had a guy that got out and just straight up ran, took off from the job site
I'm done with this
running,
job. I'm done with everything. I would rather
didn't
not make
stop at
money than
all.
be in this tunnel today.
It was one of my best friend's brother, and I had to call him because I'm like, dude, your brother took off running and we don't know where he's at. We were looking for him, and we knew he had a little panic attack, and he was, I guess he was a claustrophobic or something like that. It's called.
Claustrophobia,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I never seen a person like that, man. That shit scared me. I was like, oh shoot, like he just took off.
Like,
So
there's a part of me that wants
yes,
to laugh, right? They're like, holy shit, he just runs off. And like everybody laughs because he's running and
no,
he's
it
being
was
scared.
funny.
But like,
It was funny, but
you laugh because
it,
somebody runs off. But like, there's also a humanity side of me that, so first of all, I've done industrial work and I know what
yep,
claustrophobia means. I've been in some tight spots, and there's a reason that there's a huge OSHA schedule around closed containers. And I think that some level of regulation has been built around trying to compensate for that level of anxiety that a large number of people have. And anybody that hasn't done it, to be in a closed space with no light and no air, until you've done it, I would not pass judgment. Like, it really, when you lead with the fact that I pray, I think that should be an indicator to anybody listening just how intense being in a closed space could be, because that's what the term they use, right? What
yeah,
is like a
yep,
CC, closed confined space, something like that.
yep,
It'll change you. It'll change you. It changes the dynamic. and to be the fact that you're already doing a stressful job, and then you throw on the asbestos factor, I can't possibly imagine. So,
I'm telling
yeah,
you,
dude. Yeah,
there's so
dude.
many stuff that you got to worry about, and a lot of the times people are like, "Oh, you make a lot of money." Shit, you don't know what we're going
They
through.
paying me enough.
It's not that easy. Yeah.
they paying me enough.
Sometimes when I'm in the middle of a job, I want to hire somebody to finish the job.
Yeah. Take my money. I don't want to do this shit no more. Oh,
we got to
buddy. What a
improvise all the
champion.
time.
What a champion. Because there's just, I don't
Yeah.
know. Hey, I'll tell you straight up, I wouldn't do your job. I'm too scared of
Now,
the asbestos. First of all, I couldn't do it. I would not do it.
in asbestos
So
field, man, it's a little bit of
you're a
everything,
hero
man.
to a lot of people. So all the credit in the world, man.
Yeah, it is one of those jobs like we're saving lives, man. Honestly,
I agree.
a lot of the times.
That's the truth. You're really saving people, man. You're saving people from our history. And that's the thing people don't quite understand is that, like, oh, they're like, yeah, it's just old. No. Like, people didn't know, and they put toxic shit in the places that we live. And it's not a joke.
There's a lot of
It's not a joke.
There's a lot of countries they still doing it too. Like, like
What?
I always tell the story
Hold on. They're still building with asbestos?
Yeah, Canada is one of our big suppliers.
Shut up, dude.
They always couple of years ago they I think it was like it's been like 5 years ago. I think they remodel I think the gym at the Minnesota University of Minnesota, and I guess they remodeled the whole gym, and the guy that was in charge of the project left for a vacation or something like that. And when he came back, they had already put the drop ceiling in, and he seen the pallets that said imported from Canada. And he was like, "Did anybody test this stuff before they installed it?" And no one's like, "Why would we want to test it that it's new?" And true story, like they dude was like, "It comes from Canada. We have to test the stuff from Canada." Well, it had asbestos on it, and they had already installed it. Yeah, Canada's always trying to stick it to us.
They're not doing that out of intention, but it's part of their normal manufacturing. Is Canada still building with that?
They know, man.
They're just trying to get rid of the supply?
They actually mined it. Canada is one of the countries that has the biggest asbestos mines, and shit, they pay like $60 an hour to mine that stuff out.
Oh, what a gracious price for death. Like, wait, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's videos where they show the mines where they're mining all the asbestos, and they see all the asbestos just flying everywhere. Yeah, it's that crazy.
That is crazy.
But there's a lot of countries that not just them. There's more countries that they just use it because it's cheap. It's a good material. I mean, the house is burned down and you still find asbestos intact. So asbestos was good.
Yeah, it held up to fire. And can see why they used it. Shit was strong. Didn't know any better. Dude, I'm so twisted.
California houses would still be standing if they were all made of asbestos.
You had to go there.
We're going to get canceled for that one.
Then they just built all this shit in asbestos. Fires wouldn't have stood a chance. Talk about that a little bit, man. The California ties. I don't expect you to go into like deep history, but what was that like transitioning from California to Minnesota, man?
Man, it was
about that. How the emotions were then versus how's emotions now?
I was a kid still when I came over here, so I was so excited to move to Minnesota. I never seen snow before. I'm from Southern California, and all I seen down there was just a lot of gangbanging, man. It was normal. It was street life, hustling and all that stuff. So it's a totally different mindset, man, than over here. Once I moved over here, it was like streets
Yeah,
are all
we're not
clean,
quite
super nice.
we're a little different. We smile in the driveway and wave at people in their cars.
When I moved to Minnesota, I thought my dad had hit the lottery or something, man. I was like, damn, we're rich finally. And
Oh, that's excellent.
man, it was Minnesota was really beautiful when I got here, and it still
And
is.
it
But I'm
and
saying
it
like
I was just gonna
it's
say you took the words out of my mouth. Minnesota's still beautiful. All this
yeah,
news and
yeah,
all this bullshit about Minnesota, Minnesota is a beautiful place to be.
yeah. It is, man, and a lot of people don't know that.
Take it for
Yeah,
granted, don't they?
it's right. Yeah, I used to think that I wanted to move back to California, because I got a lot of family down there and everything. Weather's super
Absolutely.
nice, but I love Minnesota, man. I I'm always thankful for the places, the stuff that I done, and this this state gave me a lot, like I built a family, I built a business, I have a house, I own a house. A lot of my people from California, shit, they can't own a house, they gotta. It's tough, man. Houses are really expensive over there. You're in the hood of a really bad neighborhood, and you have $1 million house. It's nothing nice. And I'm like, I tell my cousins, I'm like, man, with that type of money, shit, you could be living in Minnetonka over here, one of those big
You'd be
mansions or something.
balling. You'd be balling in Minnesota,
Yeah,
dude. Hell yeah.
but man,
Yeah,
it's
people
it's
out there
it's a
listening,
different world.
don't take this shit for granted. Don't take this Minnesota shit for granted. You bring a completely different perspective from the hood side, but from
Yeah,
16 years of bartending, I can tell you for sure that people used to tell me all the time about traveling, right? They'd be like, oh, we go to Arizona this or Colorado that, the usual vacation spots. But I can't tell you the number of stories that I have heard people leave Minnesota. I'm done with this shit. I'm sick of the winters, etc. And then you end up back in less than 10 years by and large,
yeah,
because there's the four season effect that you don't get anywhere else, outside of the Midwest. But like what you talked about, the people and the nice, like the energy of the state of
yeah.
Minnesota, and the economy, man, like you said, like the cost of living, all those kind of things, without getting
The
into.
economy is
Yeah,
like it's it's good, man. Like I
it
tell
is good.
people, if you're
They
having a
shouldn't
hard
take it for
time,
granted. Be
you just
grateful.
have to dig deep, and find things to do. And there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of ways to make money out here, man.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
you just got to put yourself out there. Stop being scared, man. Just
Contracting
push
couldn't be a
yourself
better way.
through.
What a transition for us, man. Talk to the next
Yeah,
generation, dude. Tell tell
yeah, and I'm
tell the next generation why the trades are a good idea, or maybe they're not a good idea, but
well.
tell the
I'm
next
saying
generation
like
about the trades and why that
you don't
works
want to
out
have
good, not just in general, but how about just in Minnesota?
Minnesota. Just just try to get a any type of trade in Minnesota is good, man. It's just um don't get into bad things, man. Just you can make money off of this, and it's pretty easy. If you love talking, you love selling stuff, you like uh feel like gambling type deal almost, out here basically. So
That's
a
gonna
little bit of
resonate with the
everything.
right people.
Little bit of
Yeah, dude.
everything. So um we do have tough times too. It gets hard, but if you learn how to control your money and how to play your cards, I'm just starting to learn a little bit of that because I'm really bad with my money. I would just kind of spend it on a lot of good stuff.
I feel
And
like I'm saying this a lot, but I'll second that. Again, with for you. When you talk, I'm just over here raising my hand like, me too.
yep. And now I'm just I'm learning how
There's
to
a reason
just
we get along.
yeah, take care of that money, man. And it's there's a lot of help out there. We just don't know how to use it, and a lot of times we're scared to ask for help too. And I'm starting to do that. That, like, when I was talking to you, a lot of times I make questions like, "Oh, what do you do? How do you do this or whatever?" I'm always asking people like, "What do you do for a living?" And what do you think about this? Well, and I learn. I learn from a lot of people, random people that I just have conversations with. Sometimes I,
Dude,
I don't know it all. I mean, I know some stuff that you don't know. And when we start having a conversation, that's how we create more bridges. So it's
I
always, I feel like a lot of the times it's good not to feel like you're the best contractor out there. Cause I do see a lot of people there, think they're the best shit out there. And honestly, it's like you don't want to work with that people, like a lot of the time. So, and if you're a contractor to do that, maybe that's one of the reasons you're losing jobs. Cause I used to tell my boss, I'm like, my boss was really good at, his business and everything, but a lot of the times he treated people like crap. And it's like, too, it's cool, you're out there, but stay humble, man. It's
So that's I think that's a super common thing in I don't know, I don't get into type A type. I'm no psychologist, but people label that as the type A, the go-getter, right? The super hard worker, like super elite, super, as far as I'm concerned, ego, right? Like I'm the
yep.
best. And you want to have drive. You want to have drive, you want to go
Yeah,
hard,
yeah,
you want
for
to be
sure.
competitive. Competitiveness is not a bad thing, but like you said, I think you articulated it really well in that thinking you're the best can lead to demise because it alienates too many relationships. And it's okay to be even competitive and do some comparison and like, hey, I want to be the person that stays the latest. Like you said, you guys were working till 3 a.m. and that's why you built your business. I
Yep.
don't think that makes you better than other people and makes you feel like you can talk to people some kind of way just because they
You
didn't work
know,
till 3 a.m., right?
right now that you said that, you just made me remember something. I was like, when I started my business, I was telling you that it was hard because nobody wanted to give me the opportunity to start my profile or my resume. So one thing I used to tell contractors, give me the shittiest job. I know you already have somebody out there, but give me the shittiest job, the job that nobody wants to do. I'll take that. I'll take that all
Yes.
day.
Yes.
And man, I was doing a lot of hoarder houses and walking on top of piles of crap, man, and making
Yeah,
things
dude.
work. And it was a
Humility.
headache, but I was like,
Humility is a beautiful thing.
I used to tell myself, this is what I wanted. This is what I signed up for. So I'm
Yeah,
coming.
buddy.
And
Absolutely.
I got so good that when they gave me the actual good jobs, dude, it was like
Shit
butter.
with fucking cake.
Yeah.
Hear that, kids? Humility leads to skill development, leads to the good stuff being easy. Put your time in. Work hard. Do the dirty work. Look for the hard shit because that's all you'll land in a good place because the hard shit's what builds the skills up. Do the
Yeah.
hard shit. Ask for the hard shit. That's the lesson. He said, give me the dirty work. That's how you'll
If
get
you do
better.
the hard stuff, I'm telling you, the regular stuff is easy.
Then you
And then you
look like
just
a
do it and do
king.
it every
Then you look
day.
like a king on that extra stuff. What
Yeah.
a great place to end. Dude, Ulysses. This was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on. We'll probably do this again. I see you at the gym every day. I'm gonna shake you down. We're gonna do another episode again, man.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time and thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.